Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is really exciting for me because we are going to try a bunch of high-end concealers and we are going to put them to the test. And by the end of this video, we are going to see which of these concealers is my favorite. But moreover, the purpose of this test it is to see if there is a high-end concealer out there that it's better than my drugstore concealer that I have in my drawers. Last year I have done a drugstore concealer battle. So if you haven't seen that video, I will link it here up on the card, but it will be also down on the description box. And I said this year we can do the same kind of the business, but with my high-end concealers. That's why I picked up 7 concealers and I took a full week to try them one by one and share with you before and after, how they apply, the close-ups, and by the end of the day you'll see how the actual concealer wear throughout the day. So 7 concealers for 7 days. This is the subject for this video. Also, I want to mention that throughout this video, I'm going to set my concealer and I'm going to use the same setting powder that I'm usually using for my concealers, and that one is by Terry and is their Hyaluronic Hydra powder. That is my holy grail setting powder. I also want to mention something about my skin, that I have really dehydrated under eye areas. I have fine lines, but they are not so pronounced. So what I'm searching in a concealer, beside coverage and long wearing, I want that concealer to not settle onto my fine lines and to show me by the end of the day that I have 10 plus years more that I have. So this is the purpose of this test, to see if a concealer is long lasting, if it does or it doesn't settle onto my fine lines, and if by any chance I find a holy grail high-end concealer that I can even rely more that I do for my drugstore ones. Throughout this video we're gonna deal with a very unflattering close-ups. I just want to show you how really it is, that concealer, that particular concealer. If you are interested to see what I think about those concealers, and also if I have found a holy grail high-end concealer or not, then just keep watching. Hi guys, and welcome to the first day of testing high-end concealers. For today I'm going to use a sample concealer that I got a while ago, and this is the Overachiever concealer from Huda Beauty. As you can tell, I have wherefrom to choose. They have a total of 20 shades for this product, which I will say is a decent range. I decided to try the shade Meringue 04N, but as you can tell, the assumption the shade will match me was wrong, because the shade is a bit too light for me. For the left eye, I will go with the shade Nougat 06G. That seems to match me. Yep, that's my shade. This concealer blends seamlessly and offers a instant full coverage, even though it's a bit thicky in consistency for my personal taste. Packed with 1/3 of pure pigments, this is not your average full coverage concealer. We've armed the Overachiever with skincare actives that will not only cover and conceal, but correct and strengthen with every application. Now, the only thing that I will not be able to test on this video is the actual Zamac tip, because this is something we are not getting with our testers, but I bet that might be really cool and refreshing. This is how it looks after I finished the rest of my makeup. It doesn't look bad, but we will see how it will act throughout the day. I can definitely tell the Overachiever concealer by Huda Beauty, it looks pretty nice. There was a hot day, as most of the days when I'm filming these wear tests, and my foundation doesn't feel well. The eyeshadow has seen better times, but the concealer held pretty okay. I seriously thought it was going to crack, but it didn't, and it also kept the coverage. I'm pleasantly surprised about it because I didn't like it how it initially felt. I know it's gross, please excuse that ginormous zit. In conclusion, I have to give it a 4.5 stars. Don't ask me why it's not 4 or 5. I feel that it's between the stars. On the second day, I started with a concealer that is a cult classic and a many people favorite one, the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have mine in the shade Vanilla. This Allure award-winning product promises deliver to 16-hour perfection for all skin tones, and it's available on 30 shades. It has medium buildable coverage, crease, water and transfer resistant, and it doesn't contain alcohol or parabens. In my opinion, it dries a bit my under eye area, but it did cover it pretty well. Being a drier formula, I like to warm up the product with the finger before going with a sponge. Now we should see if it oxidizes. I will say it does it very little. This is the final look. In this particular day I was filming one of the looks that I filmed using my Chanel Le 4 Ombre Quad. I will link that video in case you are interested to see the makeup look. It's a collab with my friend Lexi Jong. After 10 plus hours of wearing, this is how the concealer looks like. I removed the magnetic lashes, so that's why you might think my eyes look a bit different. What do I think about Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer? It is definitely a long-lasting concealer, but is more suitable for people that have less texture and fine lines under eye area. It didn't move though. I still have pretty decent coverage, but every time I wear it I feel like it does emphasize the dryness and the lines that I don't know I have underneath my eyes. I will give it 3 out of 5 stars. Welcome to the day number 3. Today I used my bronze palette and I thought I can use a concealer that is one of my favorites, but I have never put it to the wear test. CoverFX Play Concealer. It is delivered in 30 shades and is provided with a strange applicator, but the shade and light one, it matches me perfectly. A little bit goes a long way and you will notice that I over-applied a bit. It is a crease-proof, transfer-proof concealer that provides 16 plus hour full coverage along with powerful pollution defense. It also contains skincare ingredients to protect your delicate under eye skin, as fermented algae extract helps to defend the skin against urban pollution and environmental stressors. Niacinamide, a form of vitamin B that helps minimize the appearance of fine lines, improve skin clarity and boost radiance. It instantly brightened my under eye area and get rid of my genetic inherited bags. And oh no, they are not Louis Vuitton bags. I wish I would be that lucky. I realized that I used the black micro sponge, which is not my favorite. Scenting on its texture is not right. I love the green and the nude pink ones much better. But yeah, no bad sponge can spoil an excellent formula concealer. And to understand what I mean by that, look at it. It has barely oxidized. Fantastic! Till now, this is the most longest time I worn a concealer. Here I had a good 12 hours wear, and you can tell from my face how tired I was, and I have been walking a lot, over 10,000 steps in hot and humid climate. I only can tell how amazing is this concealer. It didn't move and it didn't the moisture from my under eye area. As you can tell, most of my foundation is gone. I was trying to remember what foundation I wore, but I cannot be sure, so I better don't speculate. 5 out 5 stars for Power Play Concealer by CoverFX. No discussion. Hi guys! This was supposed to be the third day, but I mixed up the footages and editing was killing me. It really doesn't matter I put 4 before 3, right? I'm watching YouTube videos as I'm applying my makeup, so that's the blue thing hanging on my neck area. My Sony wireless headphones. Today we will try a concealer I have never seen mentioned on anyone's video. Lancome Effacernes Long Tenue Concealer. This is only concealer that it does have SPF to it, and this is of a factor 30. I feel like SPF is badly missing from concealer. This area should be also protected. Do you apply SPF on your lids and under eye, guys, by the way? It only comes in 6 shades, so that's why probably is not so popular. It looks mostly like a peachy corrector. At least this shade it does, but once you apply it, it will blend and tone down. It's very emollient, so after I blend it with my fingers, I almost don't need a sponge. This natural looking coverage concealer lets you instantly eliminate signs of stress and fatigue, provides complete natural looking coverage, even skin tone, covers dark circles and minimizes appearance of fine lines around eyes. I have to admit that I love how it looks like. I have been wearing this look on my Look Fantastic August unboxing video, and the eye makeup was done using the BH Cosmetics Weekends Festival palette. I got a lot of compliments for this look, so I wanted to mention for my returning subscribers in case they are interested. Here's the deal. I will wear this concealer underneath a more lightweight one because I feel it acts more as a corrector, and it's also not long lasting due to its creamy formula. Not a bad product, I totally love it. It gets 4.5 stars. The 5th day, I'm watching YouTube videos again. This time I'm with Jessica from EverythingProof Beauty channel. We have another sample concealer to test. This is by Makeup Forever and is their Ultra HD concealer that I got it from a Sephora order when they were generous and provided better value samples. Actually, this book tester looks pretty nice, as if it was sent as a PR. It contains 3 foundation shades and 3 concealers. I am picking up the lightest shade, which is the shade number 30, and you can see how gorgeous the size of the sample it is. I just love this brand. The first thing I noticed is that it's very pigmented. I barely dipped in the small pan and it was enough to cover both under eyes. This concealer claims a medium buildable coverage and second skin satin feel look like. Breakthrough self-setting formula provides 12-hour crease-free wear and is delivered in 20 shades. It looks a bit heavy though, and by the way, this is Chanel Quad. It's what I have on my eyes today. Even though they say it should not be set, I will still set it. While setting the concealer, I started to dance, and this is because it happened to get a very nice dancing ad. I'm not normal. And now, let's see if it oxidizes. It does, but just a bit. I feel very fresh and romantic today, and without reason. I don't know if it's visible on camera, but the Makeup Forever concealer has badly creased on me. Being so heavy, it was expected, and it does something which I also don't like. It made my mascara smudges, and this mascara never smudged before, and also a big part of it is vanished, and I haven't worn it even for so long, maybe 6-7 hours. So I don't think you can get away with not setting it at all, and I'm sad to say it's probably the first product from Makeup Forever that I don't feel it. Maybe with different setting powder will be better. We'll give him a 3.5 stars. Day number 6 brings us a new concealer. I just got it in the mail the other day and I'm so excited because I heard great things about it. This is by Becca and is their Aqua Luminous Perfecting Concealer, a water-infused, crease-proof concealer that delivers weightless light to medium coverage. I had troubles removing the wand from the bottle, and this is because the shape of the wand is very strange. It looks like a duck beak and is too chubby for the actual size of the stopper. It only comes in 9 shades, and I think this shade range is very limited, and I have mine in fair, which is second lightest shade. Being so limited color range, the fair shade, it doesn't match me, you will see. It's definitely a lightweight formula, which I like, but it has a yellow undertone, which I don't. It reminds me of Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, which initially I added to this marathon test, but later I decided to replace it with another concealer. Conceal with a perfect drop of Water Light formula. This easily blendable concealer gives you a seamless light to medium buildable coverage with a luminous finish. Water Light formula covers while subtle luminosity blurs imperfection for a perfected complexion. Okay, I can definitely tell this concealer is the lightest formula I have tried till now. So let's test the buildable quality. Yes there, sir! This is really beautiful finish, but this formula oxidizes quite a lot. No wonder why I'm yellow under eye already. I set it with my Bitery powder, and this is the final look. I zoom you in as much as I could, so I hope you can now see how yellow it looks. I so love the formula, man! Let's see how it will wear throughout the day. Unfortunately, I lost the footage for the second part of the wear test of these concealers, but I remember that throughout the day it was starting to crease and also to lose the coverage. So I don't think so that this is a concealer that I'm going to reach too often for it, because I don't like the undertone and also the coverage. It's not what I expect from a high-end concealer and for a high-end price, so I will give it 3 stars. Day 7. We've got now to the final day of our test, and I initially had another footage, but when I got this sample in the mail I could not resist it and I tested in the next day after. And oh my god, better wait and see it. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Dark Circles, Blemishes and Imperfections with this magical illuminating, youth boosting and visibly smoothing concealer. So it's coming in 16 shades, which is also not a big of a range, but it's a bit better than the Becca one. And I've got those 8 shades. I have chosen the shade Fair 2, which is described as fairest with pink undertone. The other day I used the shade Fair 1, which is the neutral undertone one. This is the magic wand of makeup for perfect looking skin. Magic Away Concealer in Chill Fair is an incredible full coverage liquid concealer in a pink porcelain shade for fair skin with cool undertones, exactly like me. For 5 years, Charlotte Tilbury has been working on this holy grail of concealers that reduces the appearance of dark circles, blemishes and imperfections for fresher looking second skin instantly. I can definitely tell this is the highest coverage out there, but even though I don't feel it heavy. The only complaint I have seen regarding this concealer is the actual sponge, that it has to be on the top. That one tends to get cakey, so if you have it, don't forget to close it after you use it, because I think it's provided with a twist on off kind of a deal. Setting it with powder makes it looking perfectly. This is the final checkup for the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Concealer, and this is how it looks after 11 hours of wearing. So I think it held up pretty good. I'm really impressed with this concealer. I was not really thinking that it will be so good, it will be so hydrating, it will not crack, and it will be perfect for a person like me who has more under eye concerns, I can say like that. So yeah, I can definitely give it a 2 thumbs up and 5 stars to the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer. This is all for this test. I personally was impressed by some of the concealers. I was disappointed by the Makeup Forever concealer. I was not expecting not to like it because I love everything Makeup Forever does and I love their Ultra HD foundation, so I'm a bit bummed that the concealer didn't agree with me, but I still have some room to play with that concealer, and as I said, I can set it with a different setting powder. And yes, I'm looking down because I have here the list of the concealers, because I have a long hair but a short memory, so I need to have a fresh overview of the concealers that I've just talked about. And as you already tell, I'm really in love with my ColourFX Power Play Concealer. I was not impressed with the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. You might have seen that I have a tiny travel size version, and I do not kid you that I have this from almost 2 years, and I was not able to finish it because I do not like how it looks on me. To be honest, the most disappointing concealer for me is the Becca Aqua Luminous Concealer. I was not expecting to have such a bad undertone, and also by the end of the day it didn't wear well. But yeah, what I want to tell you is that it's really tight to choose between the ColourFX Power Play Concealer and the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer, because from my point of view, both are amazing. I love them both. And maybe I liked a bit better the coverage on the Charlotte Tilbury, and also the fact that it's really lightweight. And now, coming back to the question that we have addressed on the beginning of this video. Is there a high-end concealer that it outperform my favorite drugstore concealers? And I will recommend one or more of these concealers that I just show you on this video. Now, just keep in mind that what I've shown you on this video are my personal thoughts, my personal experience, and we are all different. But in case that you resemble in any of those characteristics with your skin, and if you have the same needs that I have, then I will for sure recommend you to go with the ColourFX Power Play Concealer. Moreover, because I have seen it this year, it was highly discounted. It was on 50% discounted. And ColourFX is a clean brand. They are cruelty free. I think you can find them everywhere. They are available on Sephora. If you don't have a Sephora near you, you can check them on cultbeauty.uk. They ship worldwide. And also on spacenk.com, they also ship worldwide. So I will have a link down below on the description box where from you can purchase this concealer. Of course, if you have more money and you want to splurge, I will highly recommend you to go and splurge on the Charlotte Tilbury concealer. I think I might do that, and I think I might get that one, but I'm waiting for some sales. Don't pay the full price for your product. So if you are on this channel from some time, you know that I do not pay the full price, especially for the high-end makeups. Is any of these concealers better than my favorite drugstore concealer is the second question, and I will say yes and not. The high-end concealer basically do the same thing that the drugstore concealer do. Maybe the only difference between the high-end and the drugstore is the actual technology behind and the ingredients they are using. They have skincare infused in their products. We finally finished here. I hope you enjoyed and I hope it was informative for you. I tried to condense it and I hope it didn't exceed the expected average watch time that you usually find on my videos. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I hope you enjoyed, and if you find someone who can benefit from this video, please share them with those people. Other than that, I want to wish you all to have a great, fantastic day, good evening, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are on the part of the world and are watching. And for all of you, bye bye!